Good day, Deep and Word family. Welcome to day 219 of our Bible study review. Today we're going through the Psalms 90 through 94, and this officially opens up book 4 of the book of Psalms. Now, Psalm 90 is a psalm of none other than yours truly, Moshe or Moses. This is actually a prayer of his, and I'm going to start reading from verses 1 through 4. So, let's begin. It says, Yahweh, you have been our refuge in all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you had brought forth the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, you are El. You turn back man to the dust and say, return, O children of men. So he makes them lie down in the dust after they're done breathing, but he calls them forth from the dust again. All right, it says in verse 4, it says, for 1,000 years and your eyes are like yesterday that has passed. And I'm going to pick up in verse 8. It says, you have laid our wickedness before you. Our hidden ways are in the light of your face. Nothing is hidden from him. Even those things that are buried deep in your heart that you haven't spoken, he can see those things. All right. And it says right here in verse 10, the days of our lives are 70 years, or if due to strength, maybe 80 years. Yet the best of them is but toil and exertion, for it is soon cut off and we fly away. Verses 12 and 13, teach us to number our days and let us bring the heart to wisdom. Return, O Yahweh, how long? In other words, Moshe or Moses is saying, help us to realize how short our days are and let us make the days count by when we come to faith by Messiah, that we truly turn our life around and now we do righteous works from the Spirit, that we make our life count before him when we see him. Verses 14 through 17, Moshe says, satisfy us in the morning with your kindness and let us sing for joy all of our days. Give us joy according to the days that you have afflicted us, the years that we have seen evil. So he's saying, look, redeem the time. All of the time that we have suffered because of following your voice, he says, look, redeem it, bring it back to us, and let us smile and count it all joy, even more so than the days of our pain. And he says right here in verse 16, reveal your work to your servants and your splendor to their children, and let the pleasantness of Yahweh, our Elohim, be upon us, and confirm the work of our hands to us. Oh, confirm the work of our hands. Let me remind you again of what 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12 says about the Messiah. And if anyone builds on this foundation with gold, silver, and precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each one's work shall be revealed, for the day shall show it up, because it is revealed by fire, and the fire shall prove the work of each one, what sort of work they have. If anyone's work remains, which he has built on, he shall receive a reward. The reward is the kingdom. The reward is having a position in the kingdom. Now, many will make it into the kingdom, but they won't have much to show for it. And it will be quite an embarrassing moment for those who only professed Messiah, but didn't do much else. Psalm 91 is quite possibly one of the most popular psalms in the entire book. This is definitely a psalm of spiritual warfare. If you are stuck and you don't know what to pray, this is your safest bet. This is a great way to ward off the enemy. I'm just going to read through the entire psalm because it deserves to be spoken all the way through. So let's begin. It says, he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High, who abides under the shadow of the Almighty, he is saying of Yahweh, my refuge and my stronghold, my Elohim in who I trust. For he delivers you from the snare of the trapper, from the destructive pestilence. He covers you with his feathers, and under his wings you take refuge. His truth is a shield and armor. You are not afraid of the dread of night, or the arrow that flies by day, of the pestilence that walks in the darkness, of destruction that ravages at midday. 1,000 fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it does not come near you. Only with your eyes will you look on and see the reward of the wicked, because you have made Yahweh my refuge, the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil befalls you, and a plague does not come near your tent, for he commands his messengers concerning you to guard you in all of your ways. They bear you up in their hands, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You tread upon lion and cobra. Young lion and serpent you trample underfoot, because he clings to me in love. Therefore I deliver him. I exalt him, because he has known my name. When he calls on me, I answer him. I am with him in distress. I deliver him and esteem him. With long life I satisfy him and show him my deliverance. Now, if you want to personalize this psalm, you can rewrite this. Instead of it saying, I will show him my deliverance, make it about you. Say, he will show me his deliverance. You can rewrite this and then sing it as a song, or you can have it as a prayer before Yahweh. You can petition him for his salvation and for his protection over your family, over your friends, over your workplace, over your travelings, over everything. Psalm 92 is a beautiful psalm of the Sabbath day. It's a song to sing on the day of rest. And we know that when our Messiah comes, that millennial reign is a picture of the weekly Sabbath. And so I just want to read verses 1 through 4 and then stop and give you a little something in the description box to check out. So let's start at verse 1. It says, "It is good to give thanks to Yahweh and to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your kindness in the morning and your trustworthiness each night, on 10 strings and on a harp, to the sounding of the chords of a lyre." Now, I don't know if you've ever heard the ancient sounds of a lyre playing, but David was famous for playing beautiful psalms on the lyre. And so if you haven't heard this sound yet, please check out the videos in the description box below. I promise you, it will take you to another place. I always get lost in childlike wonder, and I imagine myself playing these beautiful ancient instruments as we welcome the King on a weekly basis. Even in the millennial reign, it says we are going to be keeping Sabbath. And I believe week by week, we're just going to be bringing in like a potluck. We're going to be singing songs unto him, singing songs with him. I believe we're going to learn all of these beautiful things because for all of eternity, we're going to be praising and worshiping our Elohim forevermore. So why would we not have the time during the millennial reign to learn all of these beautiful things? It's going to be a great and wonderful time. Our minds can't even imagine how beautiful that it is, but I try. Let's pick up in verse 4. It says, "For you have made me rejoice with your work, O Yahweh." So he's going to restore us to a point where we are so overjoyed. We are so thankful that our enemies are put away from us that we can't help to rejoice, and we won't be able to help but praise, right? That's what we're going to be doing forevermore. Let's continue. It says, "I shout for joy at the works of your hands. O Yahweh, how great are your works. Your thoughts are very deep. A senseless man does not know, and a fool does not understand this. When the wicked spring up like grass, and all of the workers of wickedness blossom, it is for them to be destroyed forever. But you, Yahweh, are on high forever. For look, your enemies, O Yahweh, for look, your enemies do perish. All the workers of wickedness are scattered. But you lift up my horn like a wild ox. I have been anointed with fresh oil, and my eye looks upon my enemies. My ears hear the evildoers who rise up against me. The righteous one flourishes like a palm tree. He grows like a cedar in Lebanon. Those who are planted in the house of Yahweh flourish in the courts of our Elohim. They still bear fruit in old age. They are fresh and green to declare that Yahweh is straight. He is my rock, and in him is no unrighteousness." Psalm 93 is short and sweet with only 5 verses, so let's just read it. It says, "Yahweh shall reign. He shall put on excellency. Yahweh shall put on strength. He shall gird himself. Indeed, the world is established, immovable. Your throne is established from old. You are from everlasting. Rivers shall lift up, O Yahweh. Rivers shall lift up their voice. Rivers lift up their breakers. Yahweh on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, the many breakers of the sea. Your witnesses have been very trustworthy. Holiness befits your house, O Yahweh, forever." Psalm 94 is a psalm unto Yahweh that he is the great avenger. So let's read. It says, "O Yahweh, El of vengeance, O El of vengeance, shine forth. Raise yourself up, O judge of the earth. Render punishment to the proud. Yahweh, how long are the wicked? How long are the wicked going to exult? They pour forth, they speak arrogantly. All of the workers of wickedness boast in themselves. We see this all over. It's really difficult for parents to guard the gates of their children, their eyes and their ears, because almost everything is tainted. The music, for the most part, is absolute trash. Every movie is full of agendas that they want to pump in this trash into the minds of the little ones. They speak their wickedness. They are arrogant and proud about it. But the one who's going to bring them down is the great avenger, our Yahuwah Elohim. Verse 5, it says, they crush your people, O Yahuwah, and they afflict your inheritance. They slay the widow and the stranger, and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, Yah does not see, and the Elohim of Jacob pays no mind. Take heed, you senseless among the people, and you fools, when would you become wise? And here's some questions for the wicked. It says, he who planted the ear, does he not hear? And he who formed the eye, does he not see? He who disciplines the nations, does he not reprove? The one teaching man knowledge, Yahuwah knows the thoughts of man. They are but a breath. Blessed is the man that you discipline, O Yahuwah, and instruct in your Torah. He chastens whom he loves. He knows for the most part everyone has been born into this conditioning of wickedness. But when we hear the call of our Father, and when we hear the voice of our Messiah, and we are truly changed, then he disciplines us. He strips away those things that are buried deep in our flesh, and he makes us born of the Spirit. He calls us to do righteousness. He truly changes us. Verse 13 tells you why he does it. It says to give him rest from the days of evil until the pit is dug for the wicked. He wants to give you rest, right? Sin is a heavy weight. It's a burden. He wants to release all of mankind from that weight so we can truly rest in him, so we can be restored until there is a pit dug for the wicked, and he truly separates his true sheep from the goats. Let's pick up in verse 14. It says, for Yahuwah does not leave his people, nor does he forsake his inheritance. For right ruling returns to righteousness, and all of the upright in heart follow it. All of those who are upright in heart follow the Messiah, and they keep the commandments of the Father. Let's go down to verse 18 and see the kindness and the mercy of the Father. It says, when I said my foot has slipped, your kindness, O Yahuwah, supported me. When anxiety was great within me, your comforts delighted my being. And it says, would a throne of destruction which devises trouble by law be joined with you? They band together against the life of the righteous and declare innocent blood wicked. But Yahuwah is my defense and my Elohim, the rock of my refuge, and brings back on them their own wickedness and cuts them off from their own wickedness. Yahuwah, our Elohim, cuts him off. It does not matter what the wicked are planning for you. He is keeping an account of all of it. And if they do not repent, because he's a loving and forgiving God, if they do not repent, and they're all given a chance to repent, if they don't repent, they are going to pay heavily for persecuting his righteous and anointed ones. We're not called to take matters in our own hands. We are called to fight in the Spirit, and he handles the rest. He is the great avenger. No one cashes in the check like he does. Deep in Word family, that's all that I have for you today. Until tomorrow, Yah bless.